Hello and welcome back to my channel. So as it's going to be, if you see my last video, it's basically going to be me going through all the spiders you saw before, the ones that you haven't seen in a while, and just giving you an update on the enclosure and hopefully trying to feed to see if you can actually see the specimens that I've got. So that's all I'm going to do. So I'm not going to really talk anymore. Let's just get straight into this one and I will show you this one. If you remember, this is the Cyriopagopus species Bach Ma, and I did it in that enclosure, and the enclosure still looks really well, but I'm going to show you now what this one's done. Right, so if you remember, I did the mix of the substrate, so I did cocoa fibre at the bottom, but I did the mesh and the gravel, and I put water in the bottom, and that goes in via this tube that I put and hot glued in, and I've done it all the way down to the bottom, and I put a little mesh on the top so they can't go in. And then I did the sphagnum moss all around here. And then I did this substrate, which is for an arid species, but what it does is it allows the evaporation to go up through the substrate. So I wanted it to do it in the center, and you saw in the previous video, I put a link up above, and I wanted it to do it in the center. And what it did it in the center, but at first it did it down here, then it's done it in the center, and I'm not sure if it's linked up both of these channels. But what it does is it's brought the leaf litter in and webbed up the leaf litter into a tube, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, really pleased with that. I have no idea the size. All I get sometimes is slight legs up the top there, and it will snatch a food item and just disappear straight on down. So what I've done as well is sometimes I put food in here to run around. I've seen crickets go up and in, but they come out quickly. But over the night I see bits of leaf litter moved around and the cricket's gone, so it's come out and it's done a little hunt by itself and then goes back in. Also, if you can see, it's done a few little starts of like trip wires, which has started doing down onto the ground as well. So I think that's just really cool to see. But I think what we want to look at now is see if I can actually get some footage of this one. Okay, hopefully. Stay still, Gav. Hopefully they're hungry, because normally at the minute they're all molting because it's so hot. I've been trying now for a couple of weeks to try and get this one to feed on camera. If I do it in the evening at night time without the camera there, it will feed, but I'm going to persist to try and get a look at this one. But during the day with the light on and the torch, it is very hard. Here's an adult one in the burrow and one out in the open, and I managed to find a clip of one being annoyed in the wild, and they are very big. But let's get back to mine and see if I can get this one to feed. Okay, so it's approximately about another 2 weeks later. I've been trying near enough every day, every 2 days, something like that, trying to feed it. Comes out, comes up, but because I've got the torch there, it just doesn't want to take. That's why I've had to put the camera a little bit further back, just so it doesn't see it as much. But you can see it here, look. You can see it's down in there ready to feed. So I'm just trying to get it to take now. Okay, control my breathing. Here we go, slow it down. Yes, look at that. Finally got to have a little look at it there. Slow this bit down again, just so we can have a look, because that's all I've seen of this one in the past couple of months, to be fair. But it's definitely putting on some size, doing really well. But unfortunately, that's all I can give you of that specimen. But at least it's still growing well, and it's still doing very good. You can see it there feeding down in the hole. I can't get any closer, but hopefully I'll get better updates in the future. But at least we saw that. So thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one.